Hello, welcome to the Antisocial Club. I am Diamond Alexis. Today I am going to be showing y'all how I did my white rabbit makeup from Alice in Wonderland that I did for Halloween. Everybody loved this makeup look. I did as well. I think it was absolutely stunning and one of my favorite looks that I've done this year. So I decided I'd just give y'all this tutorial as a standalone video. I was going to include it in my vlog, but I was like, I'll just put it myself since so many people asked about it. First thing I did was I glued down my eyebrows. I will link everything down below and put the names and stuff because I don't know them off the top of my head. I just be using random stuff, not gonna lie. After you do the glue, you're gonna run a spoolie through your eyebrows and then you're gonna lay your eyebrows flat. This is just the back of a eyeliner brush. Let that dry, do another layer. I think I did like 3 layers, I believe. Brush down, roll them flat. Then you're going to take some concealer. So this concealer is a super light concealer. This is not the concealer that I use on my like everyday makeup. This is one that's brighter than my normal concealer. So yeah, I take this and I put this over my eyebrows. This is only my second time covering my eyebrows. My first time doing it was my clown makeup. And while I don't think it looks the worst, I feel like it definitely could have looked better. But again, this was only my second time doing it. I think it was because I used a brush, which is why it didn't turn out as best as it could, as seamless. So I recommend using like a sponge or something. I wouldn't use a brush. Also, I think I was supposed to powder it or something, and I didn't. But I also put some concealer, the same concealer, underneath my eyes and around my nose. This is very important. I don't take it down to my upper lip. I just focus it around my nose and under my eyes. Everything is focused in the center because the idea I had was to ombre everything out. So the edges around my face would be my skin tone. But in the center, it would be super light, if that makes sense. And I'm just going to keep layering it until it's opaque. That's the inspo pick that I used for where I was going to lay down everything. This is an actual white concealer. So the other concealer was just a skin tone concealer, but it was brighter than my normal concealer. This one is actually white. So I take the white and I put it everywhere I put the concealer. I focused this though. I focused it underneath my eyes in the center and on the tip of my nose. The idea is to brighten up the center and then go through with like the red and stuff as contour, stuff like that. I also put a little bit on the top of my eye. Again, I'm just layering. This video is a bunch of layering. I tried to do like a short little TikTok video, but it had to go like really fast because, you know, people's attention span. This one, I was like, I'll leave it a little, I'll speed it up, but I won't cut out as much. That way y'all can see, like, really the look was just a bunch of layering. Again, focusing the white in the center of my face, mostly under my eyes in the center and on my nose. As you can see, I didn't take it where I would usually contour, so I have like my natural skin tone that's kind of contouring. That's not actual contour yet. This is the actual like contour, but I used a bronzer that I usually use for my contour. I think technically it's a bronzer, it's a powder. I use that here, and as you can see, it's kind of blending it. It's kind of blending it in seamlessly, making it look a lot better. You want everything to just look seamless as possible, as you can get it. You know, I'm not a makeup pro. I just kind of go based off of what I'm feeling, and this is what I was feeling. I take a red lipstick. I use this red lipstick a lot. I believe it's a Revlon lipstick, or maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know. Again, I'll have everything linked below. But I take that, I put it on my nose, take my finger, ombre it. You don't want a clown nose. Remember, we're going for a rabbit. So I just kind of ombre that. It's the same red lipstick. You'll see me kind of just back and forth. I use the same products just back and forth. I went ahead and put the red on the bottom of my lip. I wasn't gonna do red on the bottom, but then I decided I'll do red for my lips and then take a darker, I have like this super dark red you'll see me pick up in a little bit, and I go ahead and put that on the top. Also for the red, I did overline my lips and I ombre'd it out. I took a little bit of inspiration from how like Asian people do their makeup. Their lips, they kind of ombre their lips out. That's kind of what I did. Again, taking that red lipstick. I used the red lipstick, but I also used the red from my paint palette, my makeup paint palette as well. Use that as, y'all can see the contour, but also use that under my eyes. Again, you want to leave the center of your eye like towards your nose. You want to leave that part as light as you can possibly leave it. So I wouldn't put any red. I would try to focus on not putting red in that area. You'll see me, I kind of put a little too much, so I go in later on with some white powder and brighten it back up. But again, just spreading it, ombreing it, making it look a little more seamless. I take the red, kind of use that as my contour as well. I was trying to really get the redness to come out because at this point it was looking pink, and pink is not what I was going for. I was going for red. I could have made it more red post edit, but I was like, I really needed to show up red in person. That way in my post editing, it can still look like when I have to go edit, it still is red. I just might have to make it a little bit more red, if that makes sense. Taking some, I have this like orangish pink blush. I put that a little bit on my cheeks, but I also put some red as well. This is me taking the white powder and putting that on my face, just to brighten it as well. Where I'm putting the powder, you want to make sure those areas stay as bright. I take a little bit of the red, kind of cross over where if like I were putting blush over my bridge of my nose, I kind of put it in that area, but I focus it on my cheeks, and I also focus it on the little, I don't know what this part of your lip is called, the little dip part at the top of your lip. I focus it there as well, where your lip and nose kind of connect. I don't know what that's called. Again, going in with the red lipstick. You'll see me take this red lipstick. Oh, also where that little dip where my lip is, I rounded it out so that in my pictures you wouldn't see the dip, it would be rounded. See how I'm going like rounding it out? Yeah, you want to do that as well. Again, we're trying to make it look like a rabbit. The goal was red, the goal was rabbit, the goal was white rabbit, red. Cute, ombre. Keeping all the color, like light colors and reds in the center of my face. So then when you got around to the edges of my face, you can see they're still brown. And again, it's a lot of layering. Bringing out the corners of my lips out as well. It'll look better once I put the darker color, which you'll see in a second. Putting some at the bottom of my lip, just to give everything a seamless look. Everything is just to make it seamless. Just a lot of layers. Just a lot of layers. I'm trying to explain this as I'm doing it, but really it's one of those things where you just kind of have to look to see what I'm doing, because I'm not very good at explaining. I'm not a makeup artist. You know, I'm a regular artist, and I be trying to do my makeup, and sometimes it turns out exactly the way I want it, which it did this day, and I'm glad I was recording. And like I said, a lot of people, especially like on TikTok, asked for tutorials. So I was like, well, let me just put a tutorial on YouTube in case somebody else likes this makeup look and wants to look at it. Again, putting red, layering it, because I don't want pink, I want red. Going in, doing that, putting it on my cheek, because I was really trying to aim to make mine look like hers, but it just wasn't as red as hers. And I was like, why does mine keep coming out pink? I was really kind of getting mad because I was like, why is it so pink? Like, it should be red. So I stopped that for a second because I was going to get pissed off. And I went ahead and went to my eyelashes instead, because that's the one thing I actually do know how to do for sure, making them white. This is a mascara primer. Mascara primers are like a blonde color. They're not a true white. They're blonde. So I go in with this mascara primer that's a blonde, And then what I did was I took the white from my makeup paint palette and went over my eyelashes with white. Oh, this is like a reddish orange eyeliner. I went in on my waterline, my bottom waterline, and like tight lined it, I believe is what it's called. This is me taking the white paint and putting it on my lashes, so my lashes are actually white and not blonde, because blonde has a bit of yellow. I wanted my eyelashes white. I only knew how to do this because I did my birthday pictures a few years ago and I was Gojo, and I've been doing white lashes ever since because I love it. You'll see where I kind of take the red and kind of do it on my eyes, kind of like if I were to go over the center, like my nose bridge, but I leave that part in the corner of my eye. I made sure to leave that as bright and white as possible. Also, I took some red, put it on my eyelids. I left the part on top of my eyelids that were closest to my eyelashes. I tried to leave that white because it made my eyelashes look a lot more white without the red there, if that makes sense. Again, going in, layering, putting the red everywhere. Was I shaking or was the phone shaking? That was kind of weird. I don't know what that was. This is the dark red I was talking about. It looks almost like black, but it's not. It's like a super dark red. I don't know where I got that from. I've had that for years. I don't know where I got it, honestly. Couldn't tell you. Maybe the dollar store. I don't know. But it's a super dark red. I go over my top lip. I don't go with the bottom lip. I just the top lip. Only part on the bottom is the very center of my bottom lip. That's where I go in with that one. But for the most part, I stayed to my top lip. And again, rounding out that dip in my nose, I put some underneath my eye. Y'all see how many people interrupted me in this video? Everybody want to talk to me when I'm doing stuff. I'm like, and I look crazy with this hat on. I had to do my makeup with the hat on because the hat, obviously, as you can see, goes over my face. And it was super tight. And if I tried to put it on after I did my makeup would have been ruined. So I had to do my makeup with the hat on. Anyways, layering. Go back over my nose. Put the dark lipstick. Oh, yeah, put the dark lipstick on my nose. Put it under my eye. Put it on top of my lip. Then I took it and I did some faux freckles because I saw in that girl's picture she had freckles. And I was like, I like freckles. I want to do some freckles. So I did some freckles. I took the dark red lipstick. I took the red lipstick. And then I took, I want to say I took a different color and did freckles as well. I did 3 different colors for my freckles. But I just took the eyeliner brush and did it that way. Put little dots. I wish I would have done it a little more precise. Made them look a little better because obviously they look fake. But at this point I was like, it's Alice in Wonderland. It's supposed to kind of look whimsical and kind of, crazy looking. So I just went in and just was like, F it. It'll be alright. So I'm going to shake. And it still looked good in the end, I feel like, even though it was a little questionable. I take my finger and kind of make them not so opaque. Taking that dark red, putting it at the top of my lip again. Pulling out the corners. Again, we want it to look like an animal. It's supposed to be rabbit-like. And that's the look. It is so cute. And it looks even better without the hat. It looks cute with the hat, but the hat and stuff looked better post-edit, which y'all will see. I included the pictures so that y'all could see the full look of what I was going for. And that's what it was. I edited these pictures myself. They're so cute. But anyways, thank y'all so much for watching. Hopefully y'all can utilize this video in some way. You don't have to get dressed up. It doesn't have to be Halloween for you to get dressed up and look all weird and have your makeup look like a bunny rabbit. You can do this any time of the year. But yeah, hopefully y'all like this. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!